Hello everyone, my name is Blue Raven 666, and today I will be covering a theory that I've seen appear in the comment section of almost all of my Hazbin hotel-related content. And that is the highly pondered question, what if Charlie is actually right? What if sinners can be rehabilitated and go to heaven? What would hell's reaction be? And what would it mean for the future of the realm as a whole? And what would happen to those who are sent there after they die? The first thing I feel like we need to do is theorize why Charlie would start the Happy Hotel in the first place. Why start an entire hotel for rehabilitation? Why not a small clinic to start out with? Or just regular group meetings with a handful of sinners to see if it's even possible first? Why start with something as big as a hotel? The answer could involve two different variables: environment and information. It could be that Charlie discovered that it was possible for sinners to be redeemed. I personally feel like that if a denizen of hell genuinely wanted to change, then they'd be more than willing to put in the effort. And if they did succeed in being rehabilitated, then why would they need to remain in hell? This could very well be the deciding factor for sinners in the Hazbin Hotel universe, rather than what the Bible or other forms of mainstream religion might say. Charlie could have been provided this information by someone that has close ties to heaven as well. That being said, having a good environment that is specifically designed to rehabilitate sinners would be imperative. I mean, have you seen hell? The entire realm is dedicated to catering to sinners. There are vending machines stocked with hard drugs. Murder and sex is news source material. And everything from witchcraft to cannibalism to addiction is the norm for the people of this world. Having an environment that is safe and supportive, and having that safety and support all there in one place, a place where you eat, sleep, and socialize, would be essential for making any sort of progress. So back to the original question. What would happen if Charlie is right, and her hotel is able to successfully rehabilitate sinners? To begin with, I believe the signs would start showing themselves before the first individual is redeemed at all. It's not likely that this change would happen overnight. Angel Dust was clean for 2 weeks before he finally caved, so it's safe to assume that redemption is a goal that could take the ordinary sinner weeks or even months or longer before the change becomes genuine and permanent. As with any rehabilitation program, relapses are also something that should be taken into consideration. The first signs that the hotel is working would be the gradual changes in the attitude and behavior of the first person who is about to be redeemed. Over time, this person could end up distancing themselves from the toxic nature of hell's other denizens, and focus on ways they can continue to better themselves. Those who would ordinarily interact with this individual would most likely start to notice this. Depending on whether or not this sinner was known to be working towards redemption or not, people might just write them off as being double dead. Or they could start to speculate that there might be something about the hotel that's working for this individual after all. I highly doubt anybody's going to be quiet once it's revealed that there's a way for sinners to go to heaven. Charlie, more likely than not, would announce the hotel's success to anyone she can, including the local news stations. Once the news of the hotel's success is made public is when things would start cracking off. And this is where the 4 stages of grief, so to speak, would start taking place amongst the rest of the population. Shock and disbelief, realization, decision-making, and taking action. Try taking this into perspective. You're a sinner who's been in hell for quite some time. You've already come to terms that this is your existence now, and the only way out of it is by being killed off by an exterminator. And all of a sudden you hear that the rehabilitation hotel that everybody was mocking has just managed to redeem a sinner and get them into heaven. How do you think you would react in that scenario? Shock and disbelief would most likely spread throughout hell, and quickly become one of the main topics of discussion. Some might have their doubts, likely trying to point at any signs that this is just fake news to stir things up a little bit. Once it becomes obvious that this is no hoax, though, the realization will kick in. Redemption is possible, and it's a way of getting out of hell without having to die in the extermination. Next, the denizens of hell will have to decide for themselves if rehabilitation is right for them. Obviously, there will be those who are bound to reject it, whether it's because they believe they aren't capable of being rehabilitated, or they've managed to make a name for themselves and have obtained a permanent status that they don't want to give up. There will be individuals that, for one reason or another, won't be seeking redemption. As for the rest, they'll likely start taking action immediately and start making their way to the hotel. Of course, we do have to ask ourselves as to whether or not there are certain individuals that won't be able to be redeemed, whether they want to or not. Beings like Lucifer, Stolas, and natural-born demons may not be able to be redeemed and will be forced to remain in hell as others gradually start leaving and make it into heaven. This could cause some of hell's denizens to resent Charlie and her hotel, which could cause some problems for her in the future. Not to mention, there might be a handful of sinners that still want to see the hotel fail as well. Overall, if Charlie is right about her plan, I think it could very well cause a shift in how things are run in hell. If one is displeased about being sent to hell after they died, they could be directed to the hotel immediately to take their shot at being redeemed. Or it could be that sinners will have to spend a certain amount of time in hell before they are eligible to seek redemption. Would the extermination be brought to an end if Charlie is successful? Possibly. Then again, given the amount of time it would take for an individual to be redeemed, and the fact that the hotel is likely limited in terms of the number of denizens it would be able to accommodate, it could be a couple of years or more before the annual extermination is completely brought to an end. In the end, Charlie most likely would never wind up alone in hell. She'll have her family there, the demons and sinners that can't or are unwilling to leave, and I doubt Vaggie would be willing to leave her side either. Meanwhile, Charlie would be wildly successful until the human race goes extinct, whenever that'll be, and hell would have at least one landmark that can stand as a sinner's beacon of hope at possibly gaining entry into heaven. Holy fuck. I think this is the longest theory video that I've made so far. And really, what better way to celebrate 8,000 subscribers? Thank you guys so much. I'm happy that you guys enjoy the content I make and that it brings new lovers of Hazbin Hotel to my channel every day. How quickly do you guys think we'll be able to make it to 10K? Let's be honest here because I'm kind of shitting bricks at the thought. Let me know in the comment section below, as well as what you thought of this video. By the way, before I go, I am obligated by my friend Sarafina to let you all know I watched 10 hours of paint drying. There is a video on YouTube. I do not recommend it because my brain still hurts whenever I think about it. My name is Blue Raven 666, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.